All right. This is another video. I make videos because as a target video, they're gonna try to create their storylines, the fantasies, the design things that just doesn't make sense. You know, 2 seconds ago, I was listening to this story, and they were talking about there's some Puerto Rican Day parade, and I remember watching that, and it used to be they used to do these things where it was things were happening there. But in 2000, there was this thing where there was a some l- teenage Londoner or something like that, or something that got raped. They ripped their clothes and raped her or something like that, or tried to rape her. During that, it was a mob of people, and they tried to make me imagine seeing this and watching this, which I mean, it's just them trying to create this story because there's been footage of the Puerto Rican Day parade. Every like it used to be something on that used to be seen in like those like on the internet, and it was not like on the dark web or anything, but they try to make me imagine this seeing this thing, which is not true, right? They just make up the story and create a narrative, and that's it. And then they try to talk about me, and the stupid things I've done in my younger days when I was 18 to 22. I went to a club. While I was there, sometimes I would do some stupid things, but they try to make me imagine the things that happen in those parades, me doing this in the club, meaning like ripping clothes apart and try to rape, like just discussing things that they wish that I did. Now I know that uh, you know they're trying to exaggerate reality, right? Because in those events you see mobs of men just going toward this women and just do whatever. And so they try to create this reality onto me. You see, they live in a reality where they create their reality and impose this reality onto you. Now, listen, I'm not perfect. There's things now I'm looking back, it's like I'm embarrassed about it, but they will never be to the extent where they want to it will never be to the reality they've created. It will never be that. At this point, they're like, "Oh, you even watched this?" It's like, "Yes, I've watched the well, the this Puerto Rican Day parade. I wasn't even in this city when I was watching on the whatever, like everybody, like a lot of people." And so they try to like, "Ah, did you feel like? Listen, you're just trying to create the fantasy. This reality that you're trying to create exists, but it doesn't exist here with me. This is something that is a reality that has nothing to do with me. Now I know what I did. I've done some dumb things at the club. Yeah, I've done stupid things. It will never be at to the level of what you want it to be. Yes, I've done some things. I'm looking back, it's like, oh, just a dumbass, just an idiot. But they want that to be to the level of what was happening during those parades, which is not true. Now, this is also coming from people who are torturing women to death. So that's why they need to exaggerate things. That's why they need to create a story of that level, because what they do is just so horrible to women that they have to exaggerate things to this level. Me, that as a 19-year old, 18-year old at a club doing some stupid thing, them frying genitals. So they're gonna try to, okay, let's push it to the level where they can feel like you see, we're protecting the, no, listen, yes, I'm not perfect, I've done some stupid things, I know myself, and I'm not gonna ever pretend that I'm a saint. I know my stupidities, but you are trying to exaggerate it because you do some horrible things to women, and so you want me to leave you want to create those realities to try to kind of counter reality, which is you are the one torturing and doing horrible things to children, to women, horrible things. You're not like a 19-year-old at the club just doing. You are torturing women till they kill themselves. And so now you are here trying to make me imagine something that happened in these parades and then try to make me identify to these things, which is it has nothing to do with me. They live in a reality they've created. And the reality they want to create is just to make themselves feel better. This is the real world, the world that you're trying to counter. Me, I'm just somebody that you're trying to create in a way to make yourself feel better and think like you protected the community you didn't. No, this is what you create. This is the stories that they create. So as target individuals, we are forced to identify to things that have nothing to do with you, or try to exaggerate to that extent. I've done things that I'm not proud of course. But we'll never look at it. It's like you're never gonna make me identify to things that has nothing to do with me. And when they try to come up, and I'm listening to what happened in this parade, I'm reading some of the article what happened like in 2002, in 2000 or so, and there was some jogger that got mobbed, and they try to make me imagine, and they're like, would you be like, listen, stop, these scenarios and these stories that it's not happening. I'm not gonna let you leave these scenarios that you create. Yes, I've been immature in my life. Yes, but these things I'm never gonna identify with these things because it's not me. I did not do this. So stop trying to create this as if it's me because you live in this environment that you try to counter. Me watching it on the internet and what it's just somebody just watch. So stop trying to create your fantasy. It's not the only thing they do, but they were trying to do this other thing where they they're trying to link certain as I'm saying that you can understand I'm definitely being fatigued. So they were trying to make me think of course going back to me as a kid and what I did as a child, like an actual child. I'm talking about in eighth grade, middle school, just turned 14. I did something stupid. There was nothing behind, in a sense that I was like thinking, like I was just impulsive child doing something to myself. And that too, they have to exaggerate because they're creating a facade, a persona, to try to vilify me. That's why they have to exaggerate things. And so they were saying, okay, they were trying to make me think that's okay. You see what you're experiencing now as an adult is because when you were a kid, remember you saw, and they would try to link things where they create their own, they manipulate their own link, they create sensation stimulation to create this link. They make me think of, you know, me as a kid and thinking about how you're looking at this kid and you see the her eyes, pretty eyes, you see, they make me think about it now. And then it's like they make me think of my friend's daughter and try to create some things, and then you see we linked it. No, you're just manipulating things to make me feel this way. I will not let them live the fantasy. I know my true imperfections. I know these manipulations. I know I'm not going to let them live their fantasy. These people do horrible things to women, to children. That is why they do this exaggeration versions of the reality. That's why they try to vilify. That's what now they're making me think of this. This Puerto Rican parades and the horrible things that happen to some of these women. So like going to the park and just being attacked by this mob of guys and get their clothes ripped off and things like that, and try to make me like it's just that's what they do. And try to compare to okay mad idiotic dumb things I've done as 18 19 and try to compare these things. Listen, I know my imperfection, I'm not proud of that, but listen, I'm not gonna let you live your fantasy. And this is coming from people who are doing horrible things to women. And so what they're trying to do is to try to exaggerate things to make him to feel themselves better. That's what this noise campaign. If you could, and that's why they try to cover reality because these people are torturing women, doing horrible things to them, frying them, tormenting them, pushing them to suicide. And me, they try to like, oh, remember when you were like going to that club between 18 and 22, and they try to exaggerate things. To try to like, and then like trying to find ways to exaggerate things because what they do in the real world is horrible. This disgusting things. There's not a single person who can look back and say, like, this man have done so much. These have done these things to me. I can't see, like they'll never. This will never happen. And so now they have to create these storylines. Now I know I'm not perfect. It's by far, but I am. I know who I am. I know the reality of things, and I'm not going to let them live their fantasy. When you have people involved in this program that do all these things to people, right? Earlier, I heard this person say, "This is my body. I own my body." Saying that because as target individual, what happens is they do whatever they want to your body and to your mind, and so they can torture you. But that includes women and children. And like, I'd rather die with somebody like just like this than own your body. Like I don't like you own your body, but look at what you're doing with your own body. I'm not gonna let you. You are here creating a reality, a fantasy, while trying to manipulate me in these disturbing pedophilia ways and do this story. So to all my target individual, they will try to make you think in certain ways. Nobody's perfect. We can all think about times where we're like, "Oh my gosh, what was I thinking?" Or was this stupidity? Yes, and then we know better. But these people are so involved in so much foul things, so much horrible things, that they want to exaggerate things to the point where you are here try to make you imagine something that happened in a different city, different years, and try to make you like identify with these things that happened to this woman who was a jogger in this park, and they this woman was attacked, ripped her clothes, tried to rape her and all, and try to exaggerate to that level. Now listen, I've done some stupid things, but it will never be to that level. I'm not perfect. I know the stupidity, but you can never compare these things. You can never. And so, to all my target individual, do not think that because you're not perfect that these people give you like they're here to try. Listen, these people are doing things that will never be forgotten, forgiven. There is things that there's no coming back for what they do. Right? They try to create a fantasy in their mind where they they are protecting, avenging. No, 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 no. Think of any kind of person. They do this too, because they need bodies and minds to manipulate, to break, to because this is not just this is it's research and development. You have to have different subjects to continue to improve this weapon. So of course, there's a bunch of women, there's a bunch of men, and then try to manipulate them in a way that's horrible. Then there's kids, because that too is needed. They don't see subjects as human. They dehumanize them. That's why you can see families of perps involved in doing things to families of target individuals. They dehumanize them and and create. And for me, they try to create their fantasy of like we're here to protect us. Like, get out of here. I'm not gonna let you live your fantasy. Nope. Yes, I know the stupidity I've done. No, it's not this. It's not to the level of the Puerto Rican Day parade or whatever happened in 2000. They're trying to create it, but I know the stupidity I did, and I know what you guys do to women. And you hear this trash talking, and just shut up. Try to be all like feminist and progressive when they're here frying women to death and feeling empowered because they're torturing me. You're just a nasty low life trash, a fraud. So before I die, I'm thankful I'm able to say these things. So when I can't say anything, when I'm starving, when I'm dying, when whatever all these things are saying to me, I'll remember I have to say what I need to say. And so to all my target individual, we all have done stupid things, but listen, these people are trying to paint you in something else. And they're cowards, low life, trash, that have done horrible things to women, men, children all around the world. And they will continuously do it. While they try to bring up things and try to manipulate things and try to make you identify to things that have nothing to do with you. They're trash. Trash. That frying genitals, yeast infections, and all that. This is real world. While you they try to make you think about the stupidity you've done, and then have to exaggerate to some horrible things that happen in some park in New York City. They have no shame. They're trash. So, to all my target individuals, stay strong, know who you are, and don't subscribe to these things. They are not here to analyze you. They are here to change you, to manipulate you, and to make you accept this false identity. So stay strong.